I always try to give a little historical background when I present a new subject to students in a lecture. And so it is with cosmetics. An archaeological dig that unearthed a small 5,000-year-old Mesopotamian cannister in what is now Iran was believed to be an early form of lipstick. And that makes for an interesting beginning. It was found to contain powdered hematite, that is red iron oxide, and made for a nice lipstick, supposedly. I also talk about how the ancient Chinese used cerrusite, a form of lead carbonate, to whiten faces, and how Cleopatra is said to have used red lipstick fashioned from wax and the red pigment released from ground-up kermes insects plucked from the branches of oak trees. And then, to add a little more color to the history, I used to give an example of how cosmetics weren't always welcome by describing a law passed in England in the 1700s. That law stated, all women of whatever age, rank, profession, or degree, whether virgins, maids, or widows, that shall from after such an act impose upon, seduce, and betray into matrimony any of his Majesty's male subjects by the scents, paints, cosmetic washes, artificial teeth, false hair, Spanish wool, iron stays, hoops, high-heeled shoes, they shall incur the penalty of the law, now in force against witchcraft, and like misdemeanors, marriage upon conviction shall stand null and void. I never questioned the authenticity of this reference because it is mentioned in just about every article that deals with cosmetic history. And then a couple of years ago, I thought I would illustrate the discussion with a picture of the original act as passed by Parliament. I had seen pictures of 18th century manuscripts documenting parliamentary acts on the internet, so I thought for sure I could track this one down. But that was not to be the case. Not only could I find no reference at all to this parliamentary document, I could find no evidence that this law ever existed. The first mention is in 1785 in an article in a London newspaper called the Public Advertiser. It was probably a spoof because previous published letters had appeared criticizing the excessive use of cosmetics by women leading to an artificial appearance. After that, it was uncritically copied and was repeated over and over again until it became fact. Well, I still tell the story of what has been called the hoops and heels law, but instead of using it as an example of ridiculous legislation, I emphasize the importance of fact-checking. And that for today is our Cup of Joe.